movement a gentle moon doesn't collapse. He withdraws care from me. He rearranges his breathing and allows the moment to be. He understands that chaos is very elegant. Movement too. He lets the room absorb the loss. Instead of throwing it outward, he knows despair becomes vulgar. Once it demands to be heard, so he lowers his voice, even when the cost is high. I lost who waited for me at night, but I didn't lose the manner in which I accept what's right. Defeat did not educate me, it merely tested my upbringing. Movement back under dim light, I'm celebrated. I'm rescued, still exact, a gentleman up and collapse, yet just remains intact. When everything walked out at once, I didn't follow, didn't move. The air was thick with what was gone, like a room still disapproved. I kept my feet where they were planted, like leaving men out there. Some losses don't need distance, they just need a man to stand correct. The chair still knew my weight, the floor still felt my breath. I watched the night rearrange itself around what was left. No plans, no speeches in my head, no anger looking for a fight, just a quiet understanding. Some things don't come back once they're right. I'll stay where I was when it all went wrong. There's a moment after ruin when you check what still obeys. Your hands, your spine, your breathing, your ability to stay. I passed that moment slowly, didn't rush to save my name. I let the truth sit in the dark until it stopped feeling like shame. The walls don't clap for comfort, they just keep holding time. And I learned how much a man can lose without crossing his own line. I stayed where I was, that's how I moved on. Room empty, me steady. Me steady. Over somewhere in the dark, probably waiting for a cue. But it felt too early, and a little untrue. Some nights, oh, sounds like pressure, like a promise you can't keep. I chose honesty instead, and stayed where I was seated. Despair tried harder than hope, wanted noise, wanted proof. I ignored it the same way I ignored a bad truth. despair or light. You stayed exactly in the middle and survived the night. I didn't reach for hope, I reached for control. There's dignity in neutrality when everything is gone, and not pretending tomorrow will fix what's wrong. I trust in my ability to last without disguise, to keep my head level and my eyes dry. Who can come back later when it's done? Tonight I stayed honest and get in touch. I didn't reach for hope, I reached for control. I reach for myself. Everything else lived quietly, like it knew the way. No argument, no struggle, just absence where things stay. I didn't follow the sound of it, didn't ask for closure. I checked what remained, all I found was composure. Not strength, not courage, not some heroic state. Just enough control to disintegrate. I sat with my back straight, let the moment pass. When everything you lose is heavy, still matters. All I kept was composure. When nothing else stayed. Necessary. Despair wanted attention. I declined politely. I wasn't trying to be better. Wasn't trying to be strong. I was just choosing not to add to what was already wrong. If this is the end of something, then I arrive clean. Still a man, still me. All I kept was composure. Sitting alone, holding nothing, losing nothing more. Words came without a song. Didn't knock, didn't wait. Sat down like it belonged there, like it knew it was late. I love Daddy the way you do. When the verdict's read, no questions left worth asking, nothing left to be said. Some things don't need defending. Some tales don't leave a trace. I accepted what it took from me. The way men do. When fighting back rendezvous, there's nothing left to lose. I didn't argue with law. There's a calm that comes from somewhere, not the weak kind, not the loud. The kind where you stand alone, you still feel proud. I check my pulse, my posture, everything's still aligned. They can take what I built, now I hold my spine. Lost left when it was finished, didn't even say goodbye. I stayed sitting where it found me, and liquor more than dive in it all. You is lost. I'm destined. Breathing slow, that's the home. It happened already. Whatever needed to leave left. The noise didn't follow, the damage didn't echo. It simply stopped. I'm sitting where it ended, not because I'm stuck, but because this is the only place that still feels accurate. There's nothing to say about it, words would only arrive late and pretend they help. I breathe slowly to remind my body that it's still required. The moment after doesn't ask for strength, only honesty. And this is what honest feels like. I don't return to it, not in thought, not in memory, not even in anger. What ended did so quietly, without asking to be revised. I don't adjust the story to make it easier to carry. I let it stay heavy because that's how it arrived. I let it be what it was, and I let myself be what remains afterward. No relief, just the weight of standing still, breathing slow, feeling time pass without needing to follow. The room doesn't demand movement, the night doesn't suggest recovery. There is no lesson forming, no strength being claimed. Only presence, only composure, only the discipline of not collapsing. I stay here, not because I'm lost, but because I'm finished. And for now, that is enough. Heard it break before I felt it, that hollow sound of everything gone, like a building learning gravity, like a night that forgot the dawn. I didn't reach for help or mercy, didn't shout to cool the pain. I just sat there in the wreckage, let it lost finish its sentence plain. There's a dignity in stillness when the storm has had its say. all the noise finally leaves you, and only truth decides to stay. I don't wear the fall like a badge, I don't wear it like a crime. It's just something that happened at the wrong place, the wrong time. After the fall, I sat still, let the dust decide my will. No fist raised, no knees bent, just a man learning what silence meant. After the fall, I stayed home, held the light inside my soul. They think composure means no feeling, but they don't know the cost. It's choosing not to let the world see exactly what you lost. Every breath was measured, every thought walked slow. I wasn't trying to look strong, I just refused to let go. Pain passed through, didn't mute, I didn't burn, still, let the dust decide my will. That's enough. Silence didn't arrive politely, it dropped like a weight, sat between my thoughts and waited for me to break. It didn't ask questions, didn't offer relief, just stayed long enough to show me what's underneath. I thought about filling the room with words I didn't trust, but every sentence felt too loud, too dramatic, the quiet stretch itself across the floor of the wall, until my breathing was the only thing that answered at all. I said through the silence, didn't rush it away. I let it finish what the collapse started to say. Loss already took its turn, didn't need me to respond. Some moments don't ask for courage, just the will to stay calm. I kept my voice behind my teeth, kept my thoughts low. There's endurance in not reacting and letting things go. Time moved different in that chair, like it respected the fact that falling apart would have been easier than staying intact. I sat through the silence, didn't rush it away. I let it finish what the collapse started to say. Still here, still whole, still here, still whole, still here, still whole. Still here, still whole. Still whole. Still whole.
Collapse didn't look the way I thought. No fire, no shaking ground, just a quiet removal of meaning, one thing at a time, without sound. Plans stopped feeling necessary, names stopped holding weight. Everything I leaned on gently learned how to disengage. Strange how disaster can feel, so organized, so clean, like it already knew the order of what it was meant to take from me. I watched it happen without moving, like I'd already agreed. Sometimes survival starts with staying in your seat. Collapse came, I stayed. I stayed. I stayed. That's all. That's all. I didn't rush to rebuild anything, didn't reach for the past. What fell that easily wasn't meant to last. I checked the basics, nothing more. Wrist steady, posture fine. Everything essential answered back, still mine. Collapse left when it was finished, didn't need a goodbye. I stayed sitting where it found me and let the moment pass me by. Collapse came, I stayed, I stayed, I stayed. That's all. That's all. There was enough. There was enough. It didn't shatter like they say. No thunder, no alarm. Just something quietly giving up inside my arm. The kind of break that looks like nothing from the outside looking in. The kind you only hear alone when you finally stop pretending. I didn't call anyone that night, didn't need a voice to lean. There are things a man must witness without being seen. I sat there counting seconds, not to pass the time, but to make sure my breathing still answered when I tried. No one heard it break, but it did. I don't hold grudges or regrets, they weigh too much to keep. I set them down beside the lost and let them both go sleep. Some pain demands attention, some pain just wants respect. Mine didn't need a cure, it just needed me not to neglect. Morning came like nothing happened. Light touched what was gone. I stood up just like always and put my calm back on. No one heard it break, I did. No one while I live. The door still hangs the way you left it. The shadow where you used to stand. Dust settling on promises I never thought I'd have to understand. The clock keeps ticking like it's bored of me. Walls don't ask me how I feel. Everything that mattered left, but the silence stayed real. No footsteps, no more voices, no reasons left to pretend. I lost the war without a witness, didn't even know where it began. I sit here straight back in the dark, like nothing took its toll. Keep hold of his soul. I didn't scream when it all fell down, didn't curse the sky or beg somehow. I just stood where the ground gave way and let the night finish what the day couldn't say. When the room went quiet, so did my pride and my pain. But I stayed upright in the quiet aftermath of the rain. Photographs don't look back anymore. Their eyes have already moved on. I don't ask them why they left. I already know what went wrong. There's a strength in not explaining and letting the truth sit bare. Lost don't need an audience, it only needs a man who can stay there. I folded my anger like an old coat. I'm here where no one sees. Some nights it still whispers, but it don't get the best of me. I didn't scream when it all fell down, didn't curse the sky
of the day couldn't say the room is empty, but I'm still here. Breathing slow, standing clear. Movement I love, they've left me refined and ruined, not angry, not unkind, just suddenly standing alone. In a tear suit, with too much time, the room felt larger, that is purpose, like a stage after the curtain falls. Echoes followed love out the door, as if they had always coordinated. I didn't stop them, I acknowledged them for the meaning they once generated. There's politeness even in defeat, when you understand the arrangement. Oh, move me free. There is a way to be defeated without becoming small, to lose what gave you direction, and still mean something at all. I did not collapse into bitterness, I refined myself into absence.
watch them age and ride. The loudest voices disappear, the quiet ones do not. You want answers right now, closure, peace of mind. But I don't argue with moments that only time can unwind. I sit inside the waiting like it's a second skin. I don't rush to be understood, I let the years walk in. I don't argue with time, I let it decide what survives and what dies. I don't argue with time, I stay still while it speaks on my side. I've seen regret perform for rooms full of eyes. I chose something colder, I chose to survive. No defense, no correction, no public repair. If the truth needs explaining, it wasn't there. So I keep my mouth closed like a disciplined door. What's real doesn't knock anymore. I don't argue with time, it understands men like me who move slow and refuse to plead. Silence matures, noise expires. I don't chase sparks, I tend to fire. Ask me again in 10 years if you still care. I'll be right here, exactly where. I don't argue with time, I remain. I don't argue with time, I remain. Voices echo, but I stay still. No response, no word, no thrill. Questions thrown like knives. I remain untouched, alive. The room demands my voice, but I withhold by choice. Every glance, every stare is met with calm and care. Echoes unanswered, I do not explain. I hold my silence and feel no strain. Echoes unanswered, every pause deliberate. No justification needed, no thought to translate. They seek a story, they try to claim my truth, but I remain composed, silent and aloof. Every whisper fades, every rumor falls. I need no audience, I answer no call. Echoes unanswered, the night observes my calm. Every gesture measured, every movement a bomb. Echoes unanswered, the world guesses I stay. I keep my silence and walk my own way. Explaining is a cage, justifying a change. I remain internal and free from strain. Guitar sighs slow, bass hums beneath. I carry my own creed, and no one knows it's real. Echoes unanswered, the silence holds sway. I remain a shadow and the night obeys. I sit behind the veil, where words dare not reach. The world demands explanation, but I remain out of speech. Every glance that tries to pierce, every voice that calls my name, falls softly into the darkness. I do not play their game. Veil of silence, I let them interpret, guess. No answer, no story. I hold my own finesse. every pause deliberate. I guard my quiet, I don't need to demonstrate. And they push, they plead, they insist, but I am composed, contained. Every move is careful, every breath restrained. The gentleman knows some things are sacred, untold. I fold my words inward, oh, and the quiet I hold. Veil of silence, no one can reach me here. I remain intact, I remain sincere. Veil of silence, the night becomes my shield. Every shadow understands, every calm is revealed. Explaining is surrender, justifying is weakness. I turn inward and claim my stillness. The guitar hums slow, the bass lingers beneath. I need no validation, no voice to bequeath. Veil of silence, the room may chatter inside. I hold my stillness and the darkness replies. I've been judging softer room by louder men with clean hands. They mistake my calm for weakness. I let them misunderstand. I don't rehearse my past, I don't polish my pain. What I survived doesn't need a headline or a name. I got no defense left, and I don't need one. You're counting my scars, you're already lost. I got no defense left. That's a silence, it knows the cost. There was a time I tried to speak, try to line it all up straight, but every word been the truth and arrived too late. So I learned to let the room decide what it thinks of me. I don't correct assumptions, close, I let them be. No defense left, final plea. I sleep better, letting things be. No defense left, I don't bleed. I sleep better, letting things be. Stay intact. It's plain embrace a spine of everything I am. If you're waiting for regret, you'll be waiting a while. I made peace with my choices before I learned how to smile. No defense, no despair. I walk out quiet, that's all I'll say. No defense, no despair. I walk out quiet, that's all I'll say. The clock ticks softly. I sit shoulder square. No one understands the weight that silence dares to bear. They ask why I withdraw, why I remain composed. I offer no explanation, I do not decompose. Midnight posture, I steady calm in place. I let the world spin, I do not give chase. Midnight posture, every breath measured slow. No word escapes, the quiet lets me grow. They try to fill the space with conjecture and claim, but restraint is my language and discretion is my name. I have no need to justify, no one to impress. The calm itself becomes my fortress. Midnight posture, the room bends and fades. I remain composed, I let the night parade. Midnight posture, no explanation required. Every movement precise, every thought inspired. Oh, to speak too much is to lose command. I carry my quiet and take a silent stand.
Guitar whispers, bass hums low and dense. I remain a gentleman without pretense. Midnight posture, I do not bend or bow. The silence carries me, and the night allows.
I walk through rooms of noise, but I remain untouched. Every question, every gaze is met with measured hush. No need to justify my presence, no need to defend my choice. Every gesture calculated, every silence my voice. Final gentleman, composed, refined still. I offer no explanation, I bend to no will. Final gentleman, every breath, every glance carries quiet dignity without circumstance. The world may try to draw me into stories I won't tell, but restraint is my armor and discretion my shell. I do not argue, I do not explain, I let the quiet lead. The gentleman's presence is every measured deed. Final gentleman, I steady, posture true. No words, no confession, yet the room feels my hue. Final gentleman, every step deliberate. I move through silence with calm and native. To explain is to diminish, to justify is to swear. I remain composed in my own way. The bass flows warm, guitar hums low. I carry the elegance and let no one know. Final gentleman, the night bows quietly. I hold my composure, and it suffices entirely. This isn't hesitation, this isn't fear. Every second I stay quiet is engineered. I weigh the cost of speaking, measured every word. Silence one without being heard. You lean in, waiting for me to crack, but I don't break like that. The silence is intentional. Every breath, every pause. I don't speak by accident. I don't need applause. The silence is intentional. It's how I stay in control. I don't confuse honesty with full disclosure. Some truths survive better under closure. I don't owe access to my inner rooms. What lives there refills in interviews. So I sit in the dark, let the moment stretch. If you need more than this, you'll never get it. The silence is intentional, not empty, not weak. It's a language I don't teach. Explaining is exposure. Exposure is risk. I choose precision. I choose this. When I finally leave, no one stops me. They're still waiting for something I won't be. The silence is intentional and final. I didn't come here to be understood. I didn't bring reasons in my coat. The room is small, the light is low. My shadow knows me better than you. You keep asking why I stayed, why I chose the quiet side. But some roads don't leave footprints, some men don't testify. I've seen what words can ruin. I've watched explanations bleed.
So I folded mine into silence and let it be. I stand still while the world leans forward, waiting for its fate. I stand still, no defense, no confession. Silence is the only shape that fits my fate. I paid my dues in an empty room, with nights I never asked my name. I learned early how noise lies and calm survives the flame. They say a man should tell his story, lay his heart out on the floor. Some truths right when spoken, so I don't open that door. I stand still, let the air do the talking, let the clock explain the cause. I stand still, if you need a reason, you're already lost. I'm not cold, I'm contained. There's a difference you won't learn today. I don't know, I don't beg, I don't trade peace for being safe. Patience runs out before mine. That's how I know I'll be fine. Men like me outlast questions by never drawing a line. So wait if you want, I won't move. The dark understands me better than you. I sit where the room feels tight, shoulder straight, posture right. No word will come from me, silence is my decree. They try to provoke, to sway, but I do not bend, I do not play. Every glass they cast my way falls softly into gray. Still composure, every motion controlled. I give no answer, I give no hope.
deliberate. Every breath excites. The world wants narrative. I offer no commentary. The gentleman knows silence is visionary. Every whisper, every claim, does it shade my frame? I sit composed, refined, keeping my peace confined. Still composure, no words, no plea. The quiet is my power. The night belongs to me. Still composure, every gesture precise, every shadow, every step is measured in eyes. Explaining is surrender, clarifying is weak. I remained unshaken, silent, unique. Guitar notes float slow, bass hums like smoke. I move with intent, without a single stroke. Still composure, I do not yield or speak. The room bends softly, but my calm is peace.
I have nothing left to defend, no story to amend. Every word I could offer would dilute my end. I sit detached, let them guess, their assumptions fall. I feel no stress, the judgment lands like falling rain. I remain untouched outside the chain. Unspoken respect, my silence speaks for me. No words are needed, no plea, no decree. Unspoken respect, I got my ground. The quiet is my kingdom, when no noise resound. They ask why withdraw, why don't engage or explain. I smile inwardly and close the page. No obligation, no demand. I choose the dark, I make my stand. My calm is deliberate, my boundaries intimate. Unspoken respect, the air carries my will. I do not bend, I do not feel. Unspoken respect, I hold my spec, I hold my spec, I hold my space. No one can enter, no one can enter my measured place. Some speak to be noticed, some speak to be right. I speak only in absence, I survive the night. No plea touches me, no explanation move. I'm holding my quiet, and the world proves. Unspoken respect, the silence holds me steady, and the night becomes mine entirely.
I didn't come dressed as a master, didn't rehearse a version you could keep. I walked in carrying my knives, still unfinished, still asleep. You stare like I owe you something. The stigma, a sign of man. But I learned early, exclamation shrek a spine. The room feels small, but when you talk, like truth trying to escape. So I lean back into the shadow, and I fuse the shade. I've been reduced before into words that weren't mine. Never again, I owe you no shade, no clean outline, no story that fits your time. I owe you no shade, I remain untranslated, undefined. I see men sand themselves down just to be held for a night.
They call it compromise. I call it quiet suicide. I'd rather be sharp and low than smooth enough to pass. I don't adjust my silence to make others relax. You ask why I don't explain, like it's a missing part. But science is how I keep my heart intact. Oh, you no shame, no more display, no reason you can replay. I owe you no shame. I stay exactly this way. Not everything I'm spoken is confused or afraid. Some things are protected by never being named. I don't fear misunderstanding. I fear delusion. I don't want your mercy. I want my resolution. The night doesn't question me. The dark never asks for proof. It lets me exist without carving me into truth. Oh, you no shame. I stand in the silence, understand. They draw conclusions in my absence. I feel their hands, their eyes, but I don't respond. I keep my own disguise. They call me cold, distant, strange. I accept the labels thrown. Some battles are not worth fighting. Some seeds are best left sown. Judgment without reply is a shield and a choice. I sit quiet, let them go, reject.
remain inside, unshaken, intact, with nothing to hide. The more they talk, the less it touches. I build walls around my chest, not out of fear, but certainty that silence serves me best. No clarification comes, no pleading for grace. What they want is access, I give them empty space. Judgment without reply keeps the mind serene. I am here and nowhere to be seen. Judgment without reply is my only art. I survive intact, keeping every part. People confuse silence with weakness, but it is my armor, my law. I don't know an explanation to any gaze, to any flaw. The verdicts float harmless while I remain unchanged. The room may feel tense, but my calm is a rain. Judgment without reply, and I endure. Judgment without reply. And I endure. How to clear this up with half a sentence, but I won't. I've seen how truth gets twisted when it leaves the mouth. They want clean motives, easy lines, something to forgive or blame. But my reasons don't fit inside their frame. Let it look wrong, if that keeps it mine. I let it look wrong and sleep just fine. You think silence means guilt? That's your education. I think silence means control over my own narration. I don't argue with opinions, I don't beg for a lie. If you don't like the dark, that's not my fight. Stand down on, I don't need to be right to be a man. Explaining is a habit of people afraid to lose. I already lost enough, I I've got nothing left to prove. So draw your conclusion, make them sharp and fast. I'll be over here, outlasting the past. I let it look wrong and walk away. I let it look wrong. I let it look. I lift my hands, then let them fall. No more answers, no more calls. The air hangs heavy with questions I won't meet. They try to pull me out, force conversation like chains. But I step back and let the stillness reign. Final pause, the silence owns me now. No words will cross these lips, I don't explain how. Final pause, respect is measured here in the distance I keep, in the calm I steer. Every sentence is a trap, every reasoning a loss. I learned early to guard what I cannot toss. No justification passes these doors, no pleading echoes through. I choose detachment and the strength it imbues. Final pause, I fold into myself. No story, no confession, no one else. Final pause, the air is mine to keep. I let the world speak while I sleep. The silence is a boundary, silence is a claim. I don't explain, I protect my name. The room moves on, voices fade and bend. I sit contained until the end. Final pause and I remain. Final pause and I remain. I stared lightly, without sound, every motion considered profound. No explanation followed, no voice unbound. The shadows bend around me, the night respects my pace. I need no justification, I hold my space. Composed shadow, I do not explain. Silence is my armor, restrained is my reign. Composed shadow, every glance, every move carries weight and quiet and nothing to prove. They may try to read me, guess at what I conceal, but discretion is my gift, and patience is real. The gentleman remains, our steady shoulders back, every pause deliberate, every gesture intact. Composed shadow, no word is required, every breath, every pause is carefully inspired. Oh shadow, the room may chatter, I remain untouched, and nothing will matter. To explain diminishes the stature, to justify distorts the form. I keep my calm and weather the storm. The bass flows like smoke, the guitar hums discreet. I walk through shadows, graceful, complete. Composed shadow, the silence carries me, every step, every breath is my decree.
The city sprawls beneath me, silent and wide. Neon rivers glow, shadows I cannot hide. I walk the streets like a king without a crown, a gentleman in darkness, power undisputed, profound. Whiskey warms my fingers, smoke curls in the night. Every choice I've made is a battle out of sight. Loyally tested, trust earned in quiet ways. Each silent step I take strengthens my maze. Playlists make you feel like a gangster, refined and supreme. Silent authority, elegance like a dream. Through the gentleman of night commands the city's way. Sunset far and whisper, secrets only I understand. Piano echoes quietly, guiding my hand. Every alley a story, every street a plan. I move like a shadow, yet the city knows the man. Fog drifts softly, covering footprints I leave. Every glance a signal, every move a reprieve. In silence I conquer, in quiet I reign. Through whispered streets my empire remains. Playlists make you feel like a gangster, refined and supreme. The shining authority, elegance like a dream. Through the urban throng, the shadows bend and sway. A gentleman of night commands the city's way. The dawn creeps slowly, yet I linger unseen. A gangster in silence, moving sharp and keen. Every corner, every alley bows to my stride. Through the throng, the gentleman rides. He didn't wait for the bartender, just rested his palm on the wood. A night already framed tender, like I knew he would. Candlelight leaned toward his glass, as if to listen close. Some men drink to forget the past. He drank to notice. The room moved slow, intentionally, like it was holding breath. He sat there with responsibility, not flirting with death. That slid through brush drums and bass, like advice never forced. Elongations leave a trace where panic destroys. remembered when choices screamed, demanding to be made. Now decisions came quiet and clean and stayed. He lost the urge to chase relief or outrun regret. He trusted, wait, not believe, or threats. Some mellow the noise out of time. The bartender nodded, nothing said. Respect needs no display. He paid for what he already read in himself that day. Outside, the street made room for him, like it always does. A man who's learned to live within moves us. He ordered time and finished it slowly. The night poses under neon light. I move through it, silent tide. Every step a story, every glance a clue. I navigate life the way shadows do. I watch, I wait, I never rush. The city moves loud, but I hush. Electric guitar hums, bass flows deep. Drums whisper secrets I vow to keep. Night's own rhythm guides my way. Through smoky streets I quietly sway. No one sees me, no one knows the quiet strength that grows and grows. Every corner holds a tale untold. I move with purpose, deliberate, bold. The world roars, but I am still a man in control, iron will. No need for words, no need for fame. I carve my path in shadowed flame. The night is mine, the streets my stage. Quiet power, calm and sage. Night's own rhythm my way through smoky streets. I quietly sway. No one sees me, no one knows the quiet strength that grows and grows. The sun will rise, but I remain a shadow walking, calm and sane. You sat where time slowed down, near the back away from proof. No need to guard a fragile crown, no need to chase the truth. Jazz curls softly round his glass, like it had known him long. Some men move built for fast, he moves strong. His hands had learned when not to shake, his eyes had learned to lay. He knew the difference patience makes when stakes are high to pay. He didn't flinch at laughter loud or jealousy nearby. A man who's made his peace with doubt lets moments die. Past sat quiet and beside him, didn't ask for more. He buried it but didn't hide it under the floor. Some men negotiate with fear, some men deny. He learned how to let it sit right here and dry. Presence doesn't shout, it remains. A woman passed perfume and grace, he didn't turn his head. Desire's just another place where discipline goes dead. He paid the tab, he stood up straight, adjusted to the night. Time remembered how to wait till he was out of sight. Time resumed only after he left. Time resumed only after he left. smoke curls upward, a silent mirror of my mind. Guitar strings hum warmth into the dimly lit room. Brush drums like fingertips brushing glass. Everything moves with deliberate, slow precision. I sip, I breathe, I weigh the unspoken. Life is a balance of measured decisions. Every victory quiet, every struggle unseen. I hold my world behind calm, raspy vocals. Eyes meet briefly across the room. I nod but reveal nothing of the storms inside. I am a shadow, a thought, a movement, present without intrusion, visible without display. Candlelight stretches across my hands. The amber glow reflecting internal tides. The bar exhales, the night listens. I am steady, deliberate, composed. When the hour wanes, I leave as I arrive. No notice, no applause, no disturbance. Yet the calm I carry lingers like smoke. A gentleman's mark, fleeting but profile.
The streets are empty. Neon paints the rain. I walk in silence. Nothing left to explain. A whiskey in my hand, shadows in my eyes. Every corner hides a story, every glance a disguise. I move like a ghost. No one sees my name. A gentleman in darkness, I'm playing the silent game. Power in my calm, ambition in my stride. Make you feel like a gangster, walking side by side. Cigarette smoke curls, a spiral in the night. Every whisper tells a secret,
Every shadow feels right. Loyalty and betrayal dance in the alley's glow. I've learned to keep it quiet. That's the way men grow. In the back of a club, piano softly weeps, echoes of decisions, promises we keep. I've seen the rise and fall, the smiles and the lies, but in the quiet moments, the true self never dies. I move like a ghost. No one sees my name. A gentleman in darkness, playing the silent game. Power in my calm, ambition in my stride. Make you feel like a gangster, walking side by side. The lane keeps falling, the city hums my tune. A gentleman's shadow disappears beneath the moon. No one knows my story, but they feel my rain. In the silence of the night, I'm the whisper and the chain. Neon lights flicker, painting walls with dreams. I walk past memories, nothing's ever as it seems. A soft piano plays, echo in my heart. Every step calculated, every move a work of art. I've learned the city speaks, if you only hear. Secrets hide in shadows, power born from fear. Make you feel like a gangster, elegance in disguise. gentleman's story hidden deep in my eyes. Silent mood, confident stride, whiskey in the night, reflections of ambition dancing in the light. The streets whisper tales of men who never sleep, of promises kept and those they couldn't keep. I passed through alleyways where trust is rare, but a gentleman knows how to play with care. Cigarettes burning slow, a saxophone soft cry. I move unseen, yet everyone knows why. The rhythm of the city matches my pace, every heartbeat measured, every breath a trace. Make you feel like a gangster, elegance in disguise, a gentleman's story hidden deep in my eyes. Silent mood, confident stride, whiskey in the night, reflections of ambition dancing in the light. Neon fades to black, the rain begins to fall, but in my shadowed walk I've conquered it all. A gentleman in silence, the city knows my name, yet the truth remains hidden in this midnight game.
The alley hums softly, secrets floating in the mist. Every whisper tells a story I can't resist. The gentleman walks lightly, steps hidden from sight. Every shadow bends to my power tonight. Cigarette smoke curls, piano drifts low. Every glance I give reveals the city I know. Silent moves, calculated with care. Every decision is a victory I wear. Playlists make you feel like a gangster, elegant and sly. Silent dominance, ambition in my eye. Through whispers in the alley, shadows obey. A gentleman of night rules the quiet way. Saxophone softly, drums keep the beat. Every alley, every corner yields to my feet. I've seen loyalty crumble, betrayal in the air. Yet through silent strategy I always fare. Rain glistens on bricks, reflections in the glow. I move like a shadow, power hidden below. A gentleman in darkness, strength quiet and refined. Every whispered secret shapes the path I find. Playlists make you feel like a gangster, elegant and sly. Silent dominance, ambition in my eye. Through whispers in the alley, shadows obey. The gentleman of night rules the quiet way. The night fades slowly, neon dims in the rain. Yet the gangster in silence continues to reign. Every street, every shadow honors his name. Through whispers in the alley, the gentleman claims.
The jazz hums low, a tapestry of subtle tones. Bass like a heartbeat beneath the warm and all strings. I sit quietly, observing without being observed. A gentleman in thought, deliberating every breath. Reflections in the polished bar catch my eye. A mirror of decisions made silently over time. Every choice measured, every struggle contained. I carry life's weight without display. Brush drums whisper across the floorboards, echoing the rhythm of restrained I live by. No one notices the deliberate calm, yet everything I do resonates with purpose. Candlelight dances across my face and hands, shadows bending like the contours of my thoughts. The room hums gently, unaware of the quiet intensity. I move in silence, yet I am fully present. And when the night wanes, I rise carefully, step into the streets unnoticed. a man of discretion, carrying life's truths quietly, guided by thought, leaving only subtle echoes.
The streets are empty, the night air slow, every lamp flickers with a golden glow. I move with purpose, no need for sound, a silent story in the city I found. Footsteps echo soft against the cold. I carry secrets, memories untold. Every glance I steal, every shadow I pass, I leave no trace, no footprints in the glass. I move quietly, unseen by the world, a lone man walking, my flag unfurled. No one notices, no one to tell. I walk in silence, I know this well. The bass hums low, drums barely away, guitar sings softly like a heart about to break. I watch the lights that roar and fade, and take my time with every choice I've made. The night is mine, a canvas so wide, I paint in shadows, nowhere to hide. No applause, no faces, just the hum of the street. I am the rhythm, the heartbeat discreet. I move quietly, unseen by the world, a lone man walking, my flag unfurled. No one notices, no one to tell. I walk in silence, I know this well. footsteps fade into dawn's first light. A man in the shadow disappearing from sight. I know this well. Dim candlelight flickers in the empty jazz bar. I sit alone, the smoke circling like a scar. A gentleman whispers to the shadows of my mind. Every secret, every dream, carefully confined. Whiskey glass in hand, reflecting neon stains. Every sip reminds me of losses and gains. Silent footsteps echo, stories in the air. Every glance, every word measured with care. Playlists make you feel like a gangster, smooth and profound, quiet power in every move, elegance candlelight confessions, ambition softly sings. Every note a memory, every shadow clings. Piano hums low, a saxophone sighs. The city's heartbeat my quiet tries. I've seen loyalty tested, I've seen betrayal play, yet the gentleman in shadows always finds his way. Smoke curls around my thoughts like fragile lace. Every memory, every choice leaves a trace. The night stretches long, secrets wrapped in silk. A gangster in quiet, power smooth as milk. Playlists make you feel like a gangster, smooth and profound, quiet power
Every shadow remembers, every street obeys. Through candlelight confessions, the gangster stays.
Night falls around the jazz, dim and moan. Candlelight catching the edges of my thoughts. Guitar breeze, bass hum steady. Drum bursts off, every note a companion to my quiet reflection. I hold my drink, contemplate choices and losses. Every struggle handled without display. The world rushes, unaware of the calm intensity here. I'm over subtle purpose, every motion delivery. Their stories feeding, I absorb measure, navigate silently. The music and shadows carry me deeper. The gentleman folded breath and yet unseen. When the last candle fades, step lightly in the streets that seem oblivious. No trace left behind, no announcement made. Only the soft pinprint of quiet resolve. But now the trees, but I remain a man moving in silence, deliberate, discreet, intense. The city whispers softly, echoes through the night. Every corner holds a secret, every shadow tight. The gentleman in darkness, elegance in command. every silent victory, power in my hand. Whiskey in my grasp, smoke dances in the glow. Every step deliberate, the city moves slow. Loyalty is earned, betrayal is tested. Through quiet calculation, my power is vested. Playlists make you feel like a gangster, poised and supreme. Silent authority, elegance as a dream. Through echoes of power, the shadows bend and sway. A gentleman of night shakes the city's way. Piano hums gently, saxophone cries low. Every alley remembers, every street will know. I've walked through fire, I've conquered the pain, yet in the quiet night my dominance remains. Neon reflections shimmer off wet cobblestones. Every glance I give, every word intones. A gangster of night, hidden but clear. Through echoes of power, the city knows I'm near. Playlists make you feel like a gangster, poised and supreme. Silent authority, elegance as a dream. Through echoes of power, the shadows bend and sway. A gentleman of night shapes the city's way. The dawn slowly rises, but my shadow stays. A gangster in silence, moving through the haze. Every street, every corner obeys my command. Through echoes of power, the gentleman stands.
Street lights flicker, casting shadows long. I walk the silent avenues, humming my own song. A gentleman of night, power in every glance,
Every step deliberate, life a quiet dance. Whiskey warms my hands, ambition warms my mind. Every whispered secret, every move defined. Cigarette smoke curls, piano drifts in tune. The night stretches endless beneath a silver moon. Playlists make you feel like a gangster, poised and sly. Silent strength, quiet dominance, ambition in my eye. Through streetlight reverie, shadows bend to me. A gentleman in darkness, ruling silently. Saxophone whispers, drums mark each step. Every alleyway remembers, every street adept. I've walked through fire, I've faced betrayal's sting. Yet in the quiet night, I wear the gangster king's ring. Memories linger in reflections on wet streets. Every choice, every glance, every heartbeat repeats. A gentleman in silence, elegance in his sway. Through streetlight reverie, I claim the night's way. Playlists make you feel like a gangster, poised and sly. Silent strength, quiet dominance, ambition in my eye. Through streetlight reverie, shadows bend to me. A gentleman in darkness, ruling silently. Dawn creeps slowly, the city starts to stir. Yet the gangster in silence remains secure. Every street, every corner honors my stride. Through streetlight reverie, the gentleman glides. I sit alone where the light is dim. Candle flames flicker across the polished wood. The bartender hums a soft, familiar tune. Brushed drums mark time as if the night itself listens. My glass catches the reflection of my hands.
Every line and wrinkle tells the stories I don't speak. The guitar hums warm, analog, resonant, each note echoing the choices I make quietly. Patrons laugh in the distance, unaware of the stillness here. I watch, measure, absorb life's victories and losses, all carried without display. I move deliberately, a gentleman hidden in plain sight. And the smoke curls, forming shadows that mirror my thoughts. Every breath a decision, every sip a reflection. I leave no footprints in the night, yet my presence lingers, subtle, intense, composed. When the hour wanes and the bar empties, I rise softly, coat draped over my arm. Outside the city sleeps, unaware of the quiet storm I carry. I disappear into the darkness, measured, unannounced. The night is deep, the city wide. I walk where secrets like to hide. Every step deliberate, slow, refined. A shadow moving, leaving nothing behind. Windows shimmer, streets lie bare. I breathe in the midnight, the smoky air. Every heartbeat, a note in my song, a quiet rhythm that carries me along. Echoes in the dark, calling my name. I move in silence, free of the game. No one noticing, no one knows the quiet strain in which I grow. Warm guitar hums, bass holds me near. Drums whisper secrets only I hear. I watch, I wait, I act with care. A lone gentleman, unaware. Life is loud, navigate nights with quiet charm. No one to follow, no one to see. I am the man I choose to be. Echoes in the dark, calling my name. I move in silence, free of the game. No one notices, no one knows the quiet strain in which I grow. The night dissolves, but I remain a shadow walking through the midnight